Good afternoon and welcome to South Florida, where we have partly cloudy skies. It's been very humid down here in the South Florida area the last couple of days. Planes flying overhead, located right next to Miami International Airport. Right now here at Pace High School, home of the Spartans, where today the Miami Dutch Lions will take on the Central Florida Panthers. My name is Matt DiGregorio, a part of Topside Agency here today as we take a quick break in the action and listen to the national anthem. And now we're back here at Pace, where the Dutch Lions and the Central Florida Panthers will play for the second time this season. First matchup between the two came up at Central Florida in a 1-0 defeat for the Central Florida Panthers. They went in, scored in the 6th minute by way of a Steele Norton goal, and defeated MDLFC by a final score of 1-0. There'll be Rick Hoffkamp in goal here this afternoon for the Miami Dutch Lions. Starting on the other side will be Scott Flores, who's been in goal for almost every one of Central Florida's games. Flores has given Central Florida that concrete back in goal, been that animal back there, which they have asked so heavily of to keep their postseason hopes alive. Both teams battling for postseason positioning here. The Dutch Lions most likely have to win out and need a little help, as Central Florida is the first team that they'll face in these must-win matches. Central Florida right now currently in the 3rd seed, just 1 point ahead of Naples. The Dutch Lions currently in seed number 5. The top 4 will make the postseason. See the teams huddling up, about ready to get underway here from Pace. Hoffkamp leading the charge there. It'll be Juliana Roberts starting up top here, along with Juan Valentin and William Kim, who gets the start today for Coach Rob Stoutenberg. Roberts will start things off. The Dutch Lions today in the orange jerseys and the white shorts. Central Florida countering with the white jerseys and the maroon and white cleats for the most part. As we're waiting on the head referee's whistle here. Referees will be in all black today, so no confusion between the two sides as we're underway here from Pace. This one kicked around and played by Nico Kogwa, and quickly back to Rick Hoffkamp here. Now along, here's Brett Rivera. Tries to clear this one down the far sideline, intercepted, and now volleyed ahead. The Dutch Lions looking to try to come out strong. Of course, Central Florida scoring in that 6th minute all the way back up in Orlando. Critical in the match. Allowed them to really get a stranglehold and then drop back and play some defense, as that one will make its way out of play. My name is Matthew Gregorio, bringing you today's broadcast. Topside Agency will be bringing you the production and the camera, as the Dutch Lions will take over on the near sideline. Taken out of the air and now placed down and sent out of play. If there's any confusion, it's going to be the yellow lines here today that are going to be played. At times on the pitch, it will be tough. It's a little narrower than Ted Hendricks Stadium, the usual home of the Dutch Lions. Although the Miami Dutch Lions' only win this season did come at this exact spot against Mejia, who plays their home games here. Central Florida, who has struggled on the road, actually does have their lone road win here as well. They're, of course, located all the way up in Central Florida, the Orlando area. Kogwa will send this one back, 1-2 to Steiger, and Kogwa will advance this forward. Taken now and sent down the near side and eventually making its way out of play. Both teams continuing to kind of feel each other out in the early moments as we're in the 2nd minute of play here. Sorry for the technical difficulties there, as it will go out on the far sideline. Racing after it is Tyler Zerons. And it will go the way of the Central Florida Panthers. So the Panthers start in goal. I mentioned Scott Flores. A couple players to look out for. Steele Norton, of course, in the starting lineup. He's wearing 27 in white. Kevin Kelly will be number 7, playing right up top in the number 9 spot here today. He has 4 goals on the campaign as he chests this one along. Central Florida looking to strike here early. Overlapping now and running down here is Fritz Paul. Hall on the outside of his left foot now. And raised forward by Kelly as this one's played out toward the near side corner. Sent back for the moment. Central Florida regrouping here. Roberto Daroc there. And now taken by Thomas Van Dyke. Sent to the central midfielder. That's going to be William Kim here. Kogwa. And now Valiente. Intercepted and now going the other way as Kelly plays a through ball. And Hofkamp comes off his line and will eventually retreat and gather the ball. The German native doing a good job there. Plays professionally over in the third Bundesliga. As Fabio Podmal, another German native, will send this one forward. Here's Valiente. Juan continuing to move it forward here. And we get our first whistle of the game. It will go the way of Roberto Urdock. Juliana Roberts playing center forward position today for the Dutch Lions, who show up in the orange and white kits. So Rollins racing after it and smartly plays that one out towards the far sideline. You can see Central Florida attacking the sideline. Excuse me. Attacking the sidelines there. Now sent forward. Here's Kelly on the touch. Zorans racing after it. Kelly trying to outbody position, but Zorans does a great job at keeping it in play and will eventually make its way out for Dutch Lions throw-in. Lights are on here. Clouds are overhead, but there's blue skies on the horizon. As we approach the 6-minute play, this is the time where Steele Norton came up big and netted the big goal that defeated this Dutch Lions team just by the one tally. Taken by Kelly now. Has Norton. Elects to use him here. Steele dribbling forward as he's trying to make do. Another opportunity in the 6th minute against the Dutch Lions as that one goes in the back of the net. And it beats Rick Hofkamp there. And exactly what happened in the opener against these two sides. It is Steele Norton once again in the 6th minute. He has scored twice now to give the Central Florida Panthers the lead 1-0, both times in the 6th minute and both times in the matchup between the Dutch Lions and the Panthers. It's one that Hofkamp's certainly going to want back there. You can see it took a weird deflection as Norton put it down on his right foot, deflected. Hofkamp retreated, and it went over that weird sweet spot right there in the upper 90 as Steele Norton has scored for the second time this season, both giving the Central Florida Panthers the lead in the 6th minute against the Miami Dutch Lions. You saw him try to have that strike and eventually looked up at the clock and was like, I'm just going to have it. Why not? And he repeats history. Central Florida looking for their second road win of the season. They're not done as that one's centered. Zorans will take it on his right. Head up now. That one clipped forward and eventually will find the back line of Central Florida. Now moving at a blistering pace on that far sideline, go the Panthers. Gabriel Toro, who does have a knack for goal, wins the ball here for the Panthers, who continue to threat. Coach Robert Stoutenberg having words with his forwards. Juliana Roberts up top being shaded by 3 different Panthers players. As the Dutch Lions now find themselves down early on the scoreboard, 1-0. This one driven across, dangerous once again. Steele Norton slides and can't get it to go. Hofkamp was over there, and it will go out for a Dutch Lions goal kick. Wow, this has been the Steele Norton show here early. He's been all over the pitch for the Panthers, and he just loves playing against these Dutch Lions who continue to try to fight and are now forced to climb out of a hole that they've put themselves in here in the early goings. The short goal kick played to Podmall, puts his head down there, intercepted in the midfield. Now into the attacking third here for the Panthers. Taken on the right, and now sent back. Here is your Doc. Now back to the keeper. Scott Flores plays it up. Chested down in the midfield now. Jari Steiger trying to give the Dutch Lions an opportunity in their attacking third here. This one sent back. And now forward here towards midfield. Steiger tried to attempt to take the ball away on the tackle. Still possessed here by the Panthers, who have had close to 75% of the possession here in the first 10 minutes. That one just a little too far, and Zorans will head over, get a ball, and throw it in here for the Dutch Lions. MDLFC comes in 1-5-1 on the season. Central Florida 4-3 on the campaign, 15 goals forced to 9 goals against. The Dutch Lions 8 goals forced, 15 goals against, coming off a loss to Miami United. Early on in the season, it was back and forth. There was a lot of one-goal games for the Dutch Lions, and now a lot of high-scoring affairs after we've reached the latter part of the 2022 campaign. Taken on the right now, dangerous opportunity. That one off the woodwork there. Almost went on the far sideline. And the banana kick from Gabriel Toro could not go as it's centered here once again, and Zorans will head this one away. Hands on the head for Dutch Lions players over there on the bench, as it has not been the start they were expecting. Played a very tight match the last time around. Just a 1-0 game. It was that 6-minute goal by Steele Norton, which was the difference maker. Seems with the amount of action that we've had today, we might see a little different score line here today, as it seems like we have a high-scoring affair upon us. Corner kick on the far side now. 11th minute of play here as this one sent in and deflected, as that one will trickle and go out for a Dutch Lions goal kick. Rick Hofkamp getting the nod here today in net as he retreats to go get the ball in preparation to send this one forward for the goal kick. Juliano Roberts up top. This pitch a lot more narrow than what the Dutch Lions are used to playing their home games on. Not as much space, about 4 meters narrower than Ted Hendricks Stadium. As Brett Rivera will send this over to the outside back, Zorans. Man on for Zorans there as Toro continued to fight and eventually will make its way out of play. Zorans with the throw in now. Toro intercepts on the throw in on the far sideline here. And this one trickles back here, Juliano Roberts, and he'll keep running. It will go the way of the Dutch Lions. They're not happy that they did not get the advantage, but it did go out of play once again. So Zorans will head into the attacking third now. Steiger quickly back to Zorans, who touches it down for the man who's playing his soccer over in Rome right now. Zorans will slide and win the challenge as Toro's the last one to touch it. And so now the Dutch Lions will get the opportunity to move forward here once again. Back and forth these two teams go. It has been an onslaught here early on the offensive end for the Panthers, but the Dutch Lions looking for an opportunity to find the equalizer. Kogwa, taken by Steiger. Van Dijk now turning inside, and this one clipped back to Fabio Podmall. Kogwa surveys the field. Steiger can't get it on the first touch. Now Kim will race after the 50-50, and it will go the way of the Panthers. Back and forth both teams go, and whistle will go against William Kim, so we'll go in favor now of the Panthers. Say that Kim grabbed the jersey of the defender there. Jose Facus, the recipient. And now the Panthers look to move forward here. Valiente making his way back, and a nice tackle to allow the troops to get back on defense here for MDLFC. Panthers taking their time. Fritz Paul, yet to tally a goal this year. He'll hold it. Had a couple opportunities. Got the hockey assist, the pass before the assist on Steele Norton's 6-minute goal. Van Dyke gets a racing Naples native Juliana Roberts up the sideline and just could not hit him. Just a step out of reach there for Roberts. This one played back and now sent forward into the midfield. Kogwa wants the offside call, and it will trickle down, and the offside flag eventually does go up here. So we'll go to the Dutch Lions anyways. I think Norton knew that as he quickly retreated back. Fans making their way in to Pace here today, the home of the Dutch Lions this afternoon. Dutch Lions have to win here today to stay in playoff contention. If the Panthers win, they almost lock up the 3 seed. That one intercepted in the defensive third for the Panthers. Now up to Norton. Fabio Podmal smartly plays it back and now forward to Juan Valiente. Valiente on the ball does a good job. Scissoring over it now into the attacking third. Here's Giuliano Roberts. Time and space here for Roberts. Has one man to beat and eventually surveys back Van Dyke now. Switching fields, here's the Dutch Lions try to find some kind of momentum offensively. Fabio Podmal asking for Valiente to come forward. Elects to go to the far sideline. The Napoli native Roberts back to Zerons. Now inside. Giancarlo could not hold on to that as it's sent all the way back down to Hofkamp. Now out to the far sideline. Here's Brett Rivera. Rivera will chip this one forward as Giancarlo will race after it here. Giancarlo holding on the far sideline, trying to get into the 18, has found a spot and fires just over the net. A good opportunity as the Dutch Lions finally get a scoring chance here. Coming in the 16th minute of play, maybe that's the little oomph that they needed to get an emphatic return on the offensive end. They need to find some kind of answer here for the Central Florida Panthers' early offensive success, as it will go out for a goal kick, taken here by Scott Flores. Played out in the backfield now for the Panthers. Brian Moreira over to Steele Norton in an offside position there. Hofkamp came out, knew it was offside, and the whistle comes down. So Norton in that offside position, he knew it. Just fired the ball into the net. And it will be Podmal going to retrieve it here for Hofkamp. So Podmal will have it on his right as the troops continue to move forward here for the Miami Dutch Lions. Fired toward the far sideline, intercepted. Now Thomas Van Dyke tries to volley that along inside. And now here's Giuliano Roberts. Nice cut inside by Roberts. Does have a goal this season. Trying to outrun the left back there for the Panthers. And that one eventually goes off Roberts and out of play. Left back for the Panthers today is Jacob Restrepo. Trying to hold down the forward on that far sideline. Ryan Sandage, the captain today, wearing 13 in white, has the armband. Also has switched over and played that outside back. But generally good in the back four as well. So he plays good centrally, plays good outside, and a nice piece what Central Florida has in Ryan Sandage, who also has the ability to get towards goal and score when needed. Taken here by the Dutch Lions now. Van Dyke is a free kick, trying to get the boys up forward here. Van Dyke does have a deviling free kick. Electric, some might say, as Van Dyke puts his hand up here. Troops have moved forward. Van Dyke puts a nice ball in, headed it in, deflected out of play. It will go out for a Dutch Lions corner kick. And so the last 3-4 minutes or so have been all the Miami Dutch Lions, as the home side starting to look like it out there. And Giancarlo will head over for the near side corner. Van Dyke up top right now. He's a dangerous asset to have out there. Does have a pair of goals this season. This one serviced in and headed easily away here by the Panthers. Flores telling the boys to move up for the Panthers. Kogwa quickly in, and that one just out of the reach of Valiente. Now racing over here is Fabio Podmal. No Antolinas, no Benitez today, no Axel Funk either for the Dutch Lions, who are playing shorthanded out there against the Central Florida Panthers side. Alec Bravo not out there either. So the Dutch Lions trying to piece together a good effort today, despite being shorthanded. And so far, they find themselves down by 1. But to them, with the last few games being so high scoring, it is just that one lone goal. And so the battle not as uphill as it may have looked in the early goings of the season. Valiente will touch that down, center it, and that one intercepted here and eventually cleared down by Ryan Sandage. Racing onto it is Steele Norton now, as Fabio Podmal does a good job in that central defensive position and sends it to the sideline. Cowood of Van Dyke, the Dutch native, at the midfield line. Electing to play it forward here to Roberts. Touched along to Valiente, who cuts inside here. Valiente has a strike, and it looked like it deflected off a hand of a player. And nonetheless, they say it was just a knuckleball going in there. So it will go out for a Flores goal kick. So happy that you've joined us here at Pace. 20th minute of play between the Central Florida Panthers and the Miami Dutch Lions. Matt Gregorio, Topside Agency, bringing you today's broadcast as the two sides continue to go back and forth on the pitch. Right now, the lone tally is Steele Norton goal in the 6th minute. Touch forward here, taken and turned on now as Norton unable to keep it in play. Kogwa quickly realizes that, now wants to move the ball forward before Norton has a chance to retreat. Valiente on the quick touch here, as the Dutch Lions in need of a win here today to keep their postseason hopes alive. Trying to do it without the likes of 4 of their starters here today. Hofkamp will take it. He gets the nod in goal here today. As Brett Rivera sends that over to Zorans. Does a great job staying with it, and Tyler Zorans will be called out of bounds there. The far side official waited an extra second and eventually makes the nod in favor of the Panthers. I believe he elected to call that a handball off Zorans. And so now it will go the way of the Panthers via the free kick. All numbers forward except for Ryan Sandage here, as the Central Florida Panthers looking to double up their lead in the first half of play. We approach the halfway mark of the first half here at Pace. Every player checking up a body there defensively, as this one is driven in nicely and headed down by Valiente. Quickly back into the center as Valiente will receive the pass from Van Dyke. Now over there, Valiente upended, and they say it's a clean tackle, so it will go the way of the Dutch Lions. Throw in upcoming. Steiger. Now here's Kogwa. Fabio Podmal. Rivera now out to the far sideline. Here's Tyler Zorans. Cuts inside. Here's Zorans looking for options. Giancarlo out of position. And now Thomas Van Dyke. Van Dyke racing forward here. He does have a lot of speed, and it will make its way out of play. A nice play by Jacob Restrepo on the far sideline to allow the fast break to halt and give his teammates an opportunity to get back on defense. That free kick, the real first action that Rick Hofkamp has had in front of his goal in quite some time. It's been now almost 10 minutes of sustained possession here by the Dutch Lions after allowing about 75% of the possession in the first 10 minutes to go the other side, as the visitors came in and struck once again in the 6th minute by Steele Norton. Kogwa will be whistled for the foul, and will go the way of the Panthers once again. When these two sides met up in Orlando, It was the Dutch Lions receiving one caution as well as the Panthers. Not really a chippy game, more just intense given the nature of it. A 1-0 victory in favor of the Panthers as Podmall does a good job shifting back and volleying that over his head to Kogwa. Raced on now, dangerous opportunity upcoming. Paul gets it, now sends it along. And nice defense there by Valiente, who dropped back. And now we'll receive the pass here from Yari Steiger. Hand around, play on, says the referee, and a whistle eventually comes and goes against the Central Florida Panthers. And despite the Dutch Lions not winning as many balls as they'd like to right now, they continue to find themselves right in the thick of it, having the last few scoring opportunities going their way. Just unable to get it on target. Good spacing right now by the Dutch Lions. Fabio Podmall mans the backfield. Good leadership out there in Fabio Podmall, who is trying to help this team climb out of the deficit. Here's Norton again. Podmall tackles inside, a great play, and he's able to stay with it and allow that ball to go out of play for a Dutch Lions goal kick. Hofkamp quickly sends that out to a wide open Thomas Van Dyke. Juliana Roberts fighting for body positioning there as it's played by the Central Florida Panthers, and Jose Facus unable to hold on to it. Humidity on the turf makes it feel just over 90 right now. With the sun behind the clouds, though, and the blue sky just trying to creep out, feels a little better. There is some cross breeze. Player down right now, it's Kevin Kelly. You don't want to see that if you're a Central Florida fan. Is the Panthers' leading goal scorer with 4 goals this season. Down right now on the pitch in a heap, and the athletic training staff will come out and take a look. 8 goal scorers for the Central Florida Panthers this season. Only one has more than 1 goal, and that's this man, Kevin Kelly, who remains down and now helped up by his captain, Ryan Sandage. So Kelly will have to come off and wait for the 4th official to allow him to come back in. So for the time being, it will be the Central Florida Panthers playing down an extra man. Now Sandage telling one of his guys to drop back here. The reserves up and moving around right now for the Miami Dutch Lions. Sandage surveys his options, elects to just play it forward down the sideline. Guarded by Juliana Roberts. And now Steiger gets pushed to the turf there. No call from the referee. He wanted the whistle, and instead it gets deflected down the pitch. I'm surprised there was no call there. Steiger got clipped, hobbling as he comes up as he tries to fight off the pain. Looks like a little knee-on-knee contact. Surprised there was no foul there. Steiger continuing to hobble. Something to keep an eye on as this one continues. This one played, and Hofkamp does a good job at screaming keeper. Comes out of his 18, and Kim goes down a little too easily there. Not going to fool the referee. Not on that occasion. It's played to the far sideline here. Back to 11 men right now are the Central Florida Panthers. Is that one nicely played by Brett Rivera, gets his body in front of it. It was Kevin Kelly who had returned, trying to find the strike on goal. And it will go out of play in favor of the Panthers. And so after a 10-minute good spurt there from the Dutch Lions, now a couple minutes of pressure from the opposition here as the visitors have come down and are looking to add a second tally here in the first frame. That one sent in on the turf. Dangerous, and what a save by Hofkamp! A lot of confusion on the field right now. There's no ball in the back of the net there. And now the Central Florida Panthers are celebrating. So I wonder if it went through the back of the net here. We're going to have to look at the replay. Let's take a look. And it comes in and goes through the net, it looks like. Maybe it went off that back American football goalpost and came right back out. We'll take another look at it. Played to Kevin Kelly in front of the net. Slowed down here by our replay crew, and it looks like it hits the back of the net as we continue to play on the replay. Looks like it hit the back of the net there and then bounced out. Yeah, it looks like it deflected off that American goalpost and came directly back out, and it looked like Hoffkamp for the moment got his glove on it. Nonetheless, it goes to the Central Florida Panthers, who are now up on the scoreboard 2-0. And just as Kevin Kelly had gone out for injury there, he comes back and strikes for his 5th goal of the season, one of the top goal scorers in the Sunshine Conference in the Npsl. Now Giancarlo looking for the quick answer, finds space and deflected away by Flores, who tells his boys to clear it out. First shot on net today for the Miami Dutch Lions comes by way of Giancarlo. And now Scott Flores forced to make his first save. So apologize for that. It looked like Rick Hoffkamp made the initial stop there. And what a tremendous save it would have been given the velocity behind the Kevin Kelly shot. As Kelly records goal number 5 and advances the lead to 2-0 on the scoreboard. The 1-2 touch. Here's Fabio Podmal. Sends this one forward and headed away, out of danger for the moment by the Panthers here, who have now doubled up their lead on the scoreboard. Kobo will send this one in. And back down out of play, deflected along there by Jose Ficus. Kobo now forced to go down on the track. A little different than playing at Ted Hendricks Stadium. The Dutch Lions did find their lone win of the season right here, though, at Pace, an away game against Mejia. That one is deflected. William Kim trying to earn the corner kick. And good body positioning there by Central Florida in order to gain the possession. Flores quickly along now. Taken here by Ryan Sandage. Sandage winds up and fires this one down the pitch. Skips right past Coach Rob Stoutenberg. And out of play for a throw-in. So 15 minutes to play here in the first half. Looks like Alec Bravo actually is going to, not Alec Bravo. It's going to be Alex Benitez who's going to come on. Benitez initially not in the starting lineup. Thought that he might be out here today, but Benitez will actually come on here as it seems he's put on his jersey after warming up. And looks like he's going to be the first reserve to make his way onto the pitch here for the Dutch Lions, who need some kind of energy, some kind of spark to find any offense possible. Van Dijk thought about taking it. Steiger tried to play it short back to Van Dijk, who does a good job retreating. Van Dijk surveys, goes over to Giuliano Roberts. Roberts takes it on his right, quickly forward for Valiente, and just out of the reach of Wong. Turning on it is Sandage here, and he'll send this one forward. Steiger heads it down, and now along here to Tyler Zorans, raced on here by Thomas Van Dijk. Opportunity upcoming for the Miami Dutch Lions. Roberts surveys, sends it forward, Valiente, and that one just out of the reach of Juan Valiente, who moved himself forward into a goal-scoring position, and Roberts just could not hit him on the boot as it taken by Scott Flores and advanced along here by the Panthers. Scott Flores on his left. The give and go as Yurdock will take it. Along now to the Kevin Kelly, who has given these Panthers a 2-goal lead. Steele Norton scored his second of the season earlier on, just the second player for the Panthers to get into double digits in goal, more than one goal on the season. So it's him, the 2 goal scorers today, the 2 lone goal scorers on the campaign for the Central Florida Panthers, who have found themselves on the score sheet twice. And now a great ball as it's going to be a 50-50. Tyler Zorans showing off the wheels there. He'll win the initial battle, and now it's inside the 18. Opportunity upcoming, and that one whiffed at and sent away by Brett Rivera. Anthony Peñejo had the opportunity there, as Peñejo does have a goal on the season. Has found the far side corner, and now the Dutch Lions forced to retreat and bring all their numbers back here. Alex Benitez will come onto the pitch. The set piece opportunity on the far side corner here in the 34th minute of play. Numbers forward here for the Panthers as they get ahead on it. Hofkamp mans his goal, though, and will allow that one to get out of play for a Miami Dutch Lions goal kick. It will actually go off of a Dutch Lions player here. Really tough to view at our vantage point right now here at the home of the Spartans, Pace. And we'll go out for another set piece opportunity here for the Central Florida Panthers. This one taken on the right foot of Jose Facus. Sends a driving ball way towards the back post. And eventually cleared out for a throw-in favor of the Central Florida Panthers. And now it looks like the Panthers have had 15 minutes of sustained pressure of their own once again. So just the 10 minutes of good football to speak of for the Dutch Lions so far in this first half. Other than that, it's been all Central Florida as William Kim will come off as the early substitution. Kim not happy. Alex Benitez quickly subbed into the game. Benitez has established himself as one of the key players for the Dutch Lions this season. Always aggressive on the ball. As this one is played out, Benitez rallied back there, and that one scales wide over the cage of Rick Hofkamp. Hofkamp will survey the field, played over to Brett Rivera. Rivera along now, up forward here to Juliana Roberts. Can't receive it on the first touch. And now here's Steele Norton. So dangerous here's Norton. Has scored all his goals this season against the Dutch Lions. As he surveys, and that one cleared nicely away by Brett Rivera, who's done a real good job on the back line today for the Dutch Lions. And now the 1-2 just towards space and eventually intercepted by Central Florida. A go from the 35-yard line there by Fritz Paul. That one had no chance on goal. Sails wide of the cage. This one retreated now by Central Florida. Rick Hofkamp getting the starting goal today for the Miami Dutch Lions. His daughter, Faye, is having a birthday July 28th. He wants her to know that she is well missed over here as Giancarlo tried to get a step in there. Hofkamp, such a class act. So a happy early birthday to Faye. As I'm sure the Hofkamps will celebrate when Rick makes his way back over to Germany. The 1-2 taken in the midfield and sent a long pass to Zorans. Zorans will slide over there and just get enough on it to get it past the striding Kevin Kelly. Kelly now out for a throw-in. More sustained pressure here by Central Florida as the Panthers look to mount another attack yet again. Now, all but one number has dropped back here. Giancarlo, the only one staying up top here for the Miami Dutch Lions. Van Dijk steps forward. Now taken, ripped towards goal. Nicely headed away by Brett Rivera, who has been all around Rick Hofkamp's goal. Rivera seems a little shaken up right now, taking that one right off the dome. You got to be careful. Rivera has expended a ton of energy here today. The back line for the Dutch Lions doing their best job to try to keep these racing players for Central Florida from getting into a scoring position. Another corner kick upcoming here in the dying minutes of the first half of play, where the Central Florida Panthers have knocked on the door for two. They're looking to try to add another one here before the end of the frame, as yet again another set piece opportunity upcoming for the Panthers. Juliana Roberts and Giancarlo, the only ones not in the 18 right now for the Dutch Lions, who have 9 of their 11 all the way back Benitez will guard the short one. Still a stoppage in play. Fourth official being talked to right now is Juliana Roberts will go over to the sideline and get some water here. Planes continuing to fly overhead right next to Miami International. Skies are now getting more and more blue as we play on this afternoon into the evening. No Felipe Alvarez as well today for the Dutch Lions, who continue to miss a lot of their key guys. And now the head referee wants the athletic training staff to take a look at Brett Rivera, given it's a head issue. The athletic training staff must give him a look to make sure that he's okay to continue on. And so now the Dutch Lions in an even deeper hole here. Clock continuing to run, so expect at least a bare minimum of 2 to 3 minutes in stoppage time. Right now it's 2-0 in favor of the visitors. Rivera talking to the athletic training staff. Not a ton of numbers forward here. Just 5 have moved forward for Central Florida as the clock continues to wind. Hofkamp over there looking at Yari Steiger as Steiger clears some debris out of the way of the goal mouth. Crouching along now are the Central Florida Panthers, who continue to wait. Looks like Nico Kogwa and Kevin Kelly are having a conversation at the top of the 18. Continuing to wait on Brett Rivera's return as the Dutch Lions continue to play with 10. Ball eventually sat down here after 3 minutes of waited time. This one driven in. Steiger gets his first head on it, and we'll do it over again on that far side corner. Hofkamp claps his hands in anticipation for yet another set-piece opportunity. Ball placed down yet again. Just 5 guys forward here for Central Florida as that one's played and headed just wide of Hofkamp's cage. And so it will be a goal kick. Brett Rivera remaining out on that far sideline. As the Dutch Lions now certainly want to try to find a tally before the end of the first half. Steiger now is coming out. A lot of confusion here today on the field. Has not been a clean match by any means. Steiger getting what looks to be like a pad. And he is replacing something in the turf. Seems like he's wiping something off. It's a really bizarre game that we have going on right now. From our vantage point, which is tough to tell here today, it's a lot lower to the ground than Ted Hendricks. Can't really see everything. And so Yari Steiger eventually has thrown away whatever he was using to wipe off the pitch, and we're back underway once again. What a bizarre game that we've had this afternoon in the NPSL. Deflected and sent along towards the central midfield. Kevin Kelly racing on, and that one will roll to Rick Hofkamp. Hofkamp will take it himself over to Thomas Van Dyke, who has retreated into the back. Hofkamp now sends this one towards the far sideline and out of the reach of Tyler Zerons. Brett Rivera still being surveyed on the sideline. And I think his day is over as Damian Ballesteed will come into the game. So that's why Van Dyke has dropped back into the back four right now, showing off his versatility. As Van Dyke overtakes for Brett Rivera, who is clearly not well enough to continue here this afternoon. And so Balti will take over at the wing. That'll shift Alex Benitez over to the other wing. Giancarlo will play up top here. Juan Valiente will go toward the center midfield, and that moves Van Dijk into the back four. Nice play by Hofkamp to punch that one away. And now Fabio Podmal tripped, gets the quick call. He wants more than just the whistle, though, on Kevin Kelly. He wants the caution as he's complaining to the referee. Actually, it's going to go against the Dutch Lions here. Not a clear signal whatsoever. And now you see the frustration of Podmal. Thought for sure that was going against Central Florida there, but Kevin Kelly nonetheless gets the call here as we're in the 44th minute of play. Tense moments here as Central Florida can really melt this one away in the first half. Two-man wall is Steiger and Damian Balti. The Panthers looking to strike once again. They've moved numbers forward here, all but two. Steiger and Balti getting a talking to by the head official. Stood over here by Brian Mareja. Mareja continues to await as he'll fire this one in. Good ball driven in, and Van Dijk's there for the moment. Still bouncing around in the 18 as it will be headed along there and volleyed back as a fight for it. Podmal will clear it over to Balti, who's fresh into the game and will go the way of the Dutch Lions. So they clear it out there. The Dutch Lions forced to already make two substitutions in the first frame. With the amount of guys out today, they don't have many on the reserve squad. I mentioned missing four key guys here this afternoon as day is continuing to move on in towards the night. Van Dijk will take it off his left, chested down here. Now over to Valiente. Juan will clip it, try to race onto it himself, just trying to find some kind of space here. And it seems like those 10 minutes of attacking time that the Dutch Lions have were about an hour ago, as it has been all Central Florida here once again. I hate to use the term back and forth, but that's really what it has been. It was the Central Florida Panthers for first 10 plus minutes, all them, and the next 10 went the way of the Dutch Lions. And ever since then, it has been 25 minutes of sustained pressure once again by Central Florida, who continue to look for another one. This one driven forward and in an offside position there was Fritz Paul. And so Paul will be given the offside as we're into the 45th plus added time here. I would assume we get about 2 to 3 more minutes of extra time here, given the amount of stoppages, as the fourth official has given to the headset of the head referee. The amount of weighted time that we have continuing on here in the first half of play. Zorans will race over it, keep it in bounds here as Tyler Zorans turns his body over to Steiger, the 1-2 back to Zorans, and now up the sideline. Out of play as the Dutch Lions look to cut the deficit in half before the halftime break. Headed along and now sent back as it'll be the captain for Central Florida to send it forward. Benitez up top. Giancarlo tried to gain the edge there and get the step forward. Benitez shifts over, raced along by Balti, and good defense there as the pressure going the way of the Dutch Lions now as they try to continue to gain the possession, get some kind of pressure forward, and win the 50-50 balls. Thomas Van Dijk across the 50. Fabio Podmal. Near sideline, here's Balti, freshly into the game, over to Alex Benitez. Benitez crosses it and will be cleared out of harm's way for the moment by Central Florida. Nice play shifting over there by Ryan Sandage. Sandage has been all around the pitch here after the Dutch Lions trying to get some kind of momentum going into the halftime break. Benitez overlapping. Here's Damian Balti. Finally gets it on his right. Now shifts over. Sends a cross down through the 18 with his left foot. No one home. And finally reaching the far sideline. Central Florida sends this one forward. Thomas Van Dijk racing after. Kevin Kelly also, the two number 7s. as Van Dyke wins the race, showing off his wheels. One of the fastest players on the pitch at all times is Thomas Van Dyke. Shows why Coach Robert Stoutenberg trusts him so much there to play at any position, show off his versatility at every level. Here's Steele Norton now going the other way. And that one just too far out of the reach. Referee checks his watch. I wouldn't assume more than another minute here. As we approach the halftime break, in the 4th minute of added time here, Van Dyke surveys once again and delivers a pass that's intercepted directly in the midfield. Could be trouble here as Kogwa shifts over. Now taken by Benitez. Head up here for Alex as the 1-2 between Balti just could not be collected by Benitez. Balti sent that a little too far out of the way, and the pressure in the midfield will eventually subside as the halftime whistle has come. The head referee decides to blow it after 4 minutes of stoppage time there in the first half, but it was a crazy first half here in the Npsl Sunshine Conference. A lot of interesting plays, to say the least, as we've hit the halftime locker rooms. 2 goals by the visitors and none by the home team as Central Florida leads the Dutch Lions by 2. Welcome back here to Pace, home of the Spartans and home of the Miami Dutch Lions here this afternoon into this evening. My name is Matt Gregorio, Topside Agency, bringing you today's broadcast as the Dutch Lions find themselves down on the scoreboard by 2 here as the second half gets ready to get underway. No real substitutes from the Dutch Lions to speak of after they made 2 subs in the first. Number of players out today for the Dutch Lions. In a must-win game here for them today. Playing shorthanded was not the ideal circumstance and has certainly proved to be costly here. Scott Flores, the goaltender for Central Florida, has made a nice save. That's just the lone tally he has. Rick Hoffkamp has also made a save. He's allowed 2, though, however. One in the 6th minute by Steele Norton, who scores in the second consecutive game against the Miami Dutch Lions in the 6th minute. As it is really difficult to repeat history like that, but Steele Norton has done that today, scoring in the 6th minute in both games against the Miami Dutch Lions. Those are his only 2 goals of the season, and if you're Steele Norton, you'd want to play NDLFC in every contest. Kevin Kelly, one of the leading goal scorers in the conference, getting his 5th tally after leaving the pitch injured for a moment, came back in and had his presence felt, and was able to tally on goal number 2 to double up the lead, and the advantage staying at 2 as we have reached the second half of play. No subs from either side to speak of as Kelly will head this one along in the attacking third now here for the Panthers. Chested down by Van Dijk, who started the day in the midfield and is now dropped back to replace the injured Brett Rivera. Rivera no longer on the sideline for the Dutch Lions. He has taken a seat actually on the bench. So he was standing for a while and now finally sitting here with William Kim, who was also subbed off in the first frame. Rivera was having himself a really good game out there, continuing to slide around, stopping opportunities for Central Florida as the Panthers pick right back up where they left off in the first half. 2-0 in favor of Central Florida here. Put on the left by Brian Moreja. And that one cleared away for the Miami Dutch Lions. Juliano Roberts racing after it. Now played out towards the near sideline, and the slide attempt was unable to get there. It was Steele Norton trying to get over, and he actually took a little bit of concrete there, sliding all the way through the turf onto the artificial track. Giancarlo now on the ball. Turning, trying to create some kind of space here. Valiente along to Balti. It is. That one's headed along nicely by the back line. Central Florida now on their heels here as the Dutch Lions continue to try to move forward with some kind of pace. Balti will rip this one through the 18, intended for Juliano Roberts. And now that's headed down by Balti. Juan Valiente will touch this one back off his back heel. Giancarlo now, time and space, rips that one and gets deflected in front in the 18. Never reached Scott Flores there, as it remains a good opportunity here by Miami Dutch Lions. They're trying to counter off the set piece opportunity in the first minute and a half via Central Florida's corner kick. Van Dyke collects the body there, absorbs contact, wins the ball as Alex Benitez forced to slide from Fabio Palmal's pass. First 3 minutes back and forth, both with a minute and a half worth of possession. As it's 2-0 in favor of the visitors here. The Central Florida Panthers looking to try to knock out the Miami Dutch Lions and secure their berth into the postseason in the Npsl Sunshine Conference. Van Dyke on the ball. Plays it over to the near sideline. Here's Zorans. And that one intercepted. Juliano Roberts looked back for it, and it just never was there as it was intercepted by Anthony Pinejo. Far sideline now. Approaching midfield here are the Central Florida Panthers, who look to try to combat some kind of attack. Pinejo will send this one a nice slide there by Zorans, as it will go out for the second corner kick of the second half for the Central Florida Panthers. I mentioned Central Florida, one of just 3 teams over 500. They're 4-3. They have 12 points on the season. With a win here, they'll leap over Miami Beach for the number 2 spot in the Sunshine Conference. Weird moment here. Didn't really catch it on camera as it was on the other side of the pitch, but the golf cart showed by our producer here today, the golf cart, just went right across the pitch, and now it's making your way into view for you guys back at home here. It's just really bizarre today at pace all the way around. We saw players wipe things up. We saw debris fly everywhere. We've seen players leave injured, players get subbed out early, and now a golf cart continuing to go right over the pitch. I mean, it's laughable. It has been a bizarre afternoon turned into evening here as the blue skies now directly on top of us. Clouds surround us down here as we're located right next to Miami International Airport. So Rollins dangerously through the middle. And now along, taken off the head and whipped forward here. Yari Steiger unable to hold it. Steiger playing over in Rome right now. Steele Norton will leave that one back. So with Steiger playing his ball in Rome and the Napoli native Juliano Roberts on the pitch, you get that Italian style along with the German style there. As that one is sent over the net. Good opportunity there by way of the Panthers. Pinejo had an eye for goal there as it ended up to Gabriel Toro. Toro, who does have a goal this season, was looking for another, as Van Dyke will send that one out of play. He's not happy with himself there. Forcing back the defense here on the throw-in by the Central Florida Panthers. Pinejo once again plays it into the center. Attacking third opportunity upcoming through the legs of Steiger here, and a banana attempt inside. Interesting call there, as Giancarlo will be unable to reach it. Out of play once again on the near sideline for a throw-in in favor of the Panthers. The Dutch Lions just seem deflated out there right now. Whenever they have some kind of momentum or some kind of attack, it gets fizzled out before it ever reaches a shot on goal. And right now they're lacking the finishing touch here to try to cut into this deficit. Head referee pointing back here is Anthony Pinejo will send this one back. Steele Norton along the sideline here, stays in bounds here. Steiger will man up. Good ball movement here by Central Florida, who continue to tic-tac their way around the midfielders for the Dutch Lions. Now taken by Alex Benitez there. A nice touch forward as Juliano Roberts surveys, elects to use Damian Baltide on the far sideline. And Baltide will try to center it and out of play for a Dutch Lions throw-in. Nice play there by Alex Benitez to step up early, create the time and space, gain the possession, and then find his options. And it was Damian Baltide which was able to earn the throw-in. Van Dyke Rollins now tries to cut inside. That one read nicely there by Steele Norton. Now Rollins. Once again, about his 15th throw-in of the match. He's been busy. Roberts. Back here to Scott Flores. Sends that one over. Kept in by Toro, and now they say went out of play. Flag goes up on the far sideline now, and maybe an opportunity upcoming here for the Dutch Lions. Balti takes it on his right, and that one will be turned directly back over to Toro, as it will go out of play in favor of the Dutch Lions. Nico Kogwa looking to work quickly here. Central Florida does a good job at matching up, decides to go to Giancarlo. And that one turned over. Steiger none too pleased with himself, as it's Toro racing down the far side and out of play once again. Both these teams used to playing on a much larger and wider pitch, about 4-meter difference between this and Ted Hendricks Stadium. And so less opportunity to move the ball around the field. Steiger racing towards it. Balti will step up and look to try to create an opportunity, but Giancarlo unable to gain the possession there. Ball movement taken once again and played around nicely here by Central Florida. This one shipped across midfield. Kevin Kelly. So dangerous on the ball as they get some kind of attacking opportunity here. It looked like it deflected off a hand there, and we'll get a whistle eventually. Toro taken down right outside the 18, and very dangerous upcoming in favor of Central Florida. The opportunity created by the Fabio Podmal foul, it looked like. They'll say the initial infraction occurred right in front of the 20-yard line here, which is about 28 yards away from goal. Standing over the ball right now, they have Kevin Kelly over there, joined here by Fritz Paul. Kelly already has struck for one, puts his hand around Paul, who took a shot from about the 40-yard line earlier, which sailed far wide of the goalpost of Rick Hofkamp. And it looks like it's going to be Fritz Paul here on the opportunity. A 5-man wall for the Miami Dutch Lions. Steiger creeping over there as well. All but Giancarlo back. On the left foot for Fritz Paul, who sends one in. And nice save there by Hofkamp. Coming up big and saving the game to this point for the Dutch Lions. Keeping this just a 2-goal margin right now. Huge save there by Rick Hofkamp. Not out of the woods yet. Here are the Dutch Lions, though, as Hofkamp forced to make the stop. Now they get another set-piece opportunity, this time via the corner kick on the far sideline. Quick entrance in. Toro tries to play it in tight, and that one goes off the American football goalposts, and that means it's out for a goal kick, as we're about to get our first substitution of the day for the Central Florida Panthers. Hofkamp quickly to restart it. Podmal clips this one forward. Taken on the one hopper there by Juliano Roberts. Now Paul. Great ball movement here once again, as that one is niftily touched forward by the Panthers. Here's Norton into the central midfield now. Brian Moreja. And along to the far sideline. Taken now. A nice overlapping play by Paul, who tries to outrun Damian Balti, but Balti does possess a lot of pace. That one goes through, and that shot opportunity attempt is way over the net and would have been wide left by about 20 feet there. And so we'll go out for a goal kick, and we'll see the first substitute make their way on. Coming off the pitch will be Steele Norton, who right now is in line to get his second game-winning goal against the Dutch Lions this season. Both goals coming via a 6th-minute goal, as it got deflected and eventually made its way over Rick Hofkamp at that point. New player reaching onto the pitch now is going to be number 9. That's Cole Sassoni. In the midfield, here are the Dutch Lions. Juan Valiente. Play back to Zorans. Sassoni trying to get accustomed to the speed at which this game's being played at right now. Just points over to Juliano Roberts, who he was supposed to be defending. And that pass skips right through everyone, and Scott Flores comes out to retrieve it. Saved him a run there to go back and get the ball on the goal kick. So he instead will snatch that one up and play it out towards the far sideline in the defensive half for the Central Florida Panthers. Now it's Sassoni. He'll play it forward here. Van Dyke forced to chase now. Opportunity upcoming for Sassoni, who's right there, and he'll score! He gets his first goal of the year, checks directly in, and the newcomer into the contest just puts this one out of reach for the Dutch Lions, who now trail by 3 here. MDLFC seems deflated right now as we'll take another look at it. Moving forward nicely were the Central Florida Panthers, and crossed in as Anthony Pinejo had that play well developed on the near sideline. Not much Van Dyke could do about it as he was forced to go and play Pinejo, allowing Sassoni to get wide open and beating the diving Rick Hoffkamp there. And so now that's a 3-0 lead in favor of the Central Florida Panthers as they look to clinch a playoff berth here. The substitute pays dividends, and now we've seen Steele Norton, Kevin Kelly, and now Sassoni get on the board. Restart back in action here. Damian Balti will take it. Trot forward over to Giancarlo. Has Juliano Roberts on his left. Uses him here. Roberts takes it. Puts it on his right foot, trying to find an opening. And goes to Giancarlo, who does not possess it. Allows him to go right into the box there. And hands on the head for the coaching staff for the Miami Dutch Lions. So we're trying to step forward. Ball now played here by Paul. Along now to Facus. And now here is the captain, Ryan Sandage. Sandage has held that back line down nicely here, allowing just one shot on goal against Scott Flores. Intercepted now in the defensive half for the Dutch Lions, and that one is playing kickball right back towards Central Florida. Pinejo, who tallied the assist on the last goal to Sassoni. Valiente's tackle not to be. Sandage has moved up now. The defense has waited for him to get back as they continue to just hold the ball. No real pressure coming by way of the Dutch Lions, who just seem like they're down a couple men. And it's still 11v11 right now, but it doesn't feel like that as the tables have turned here. And the ball continuing to go downhill, it seems like, in favor of Central Florida. It seems like every time that there's any momentum that the Dutch Lions have, it's a turnover. And we see one here going the opposite direction as it's played into the box. Toro puts it down on his chest, and a nice play by Podmal, who will be given the foul there, and it's going to be a penalty. Toro puts his hand up saying that he wants it. Hoffkamp none too pleased with the call. And so now Hoffkamp, who's already made 2 saves here today, is going to have a tall task ahead of him as Toro steps up. And Gabriel Toro says, I want it, guys. He earned the foul in the box. And you can see Fabio Podmal, Thomas Van Dyke, and Yari Steiger all over there talking to the head referee as Podmal is given the caution and booked here for the first time today. Still continuing to talk. Nonetheless, it's Gabriel Toro, who does already have a goal this season, getting an opportunity at the spot. Rick Hoffkamp getting an opportunity here to save a penalty. We saw Serdinsky do it earlier this season. And so now it's Hoffkamp's time. The third goalie to start this season for Robert Stoutenberg's Miami Dutch Lions. We just await the head referee's whistle. Gabriel Toro will send this one into the back of the net. Hofkamp gets the other way, and Toro delivers the strike. No stopping that if you're any keeper. That was a perfect penalty there. And now it's 4-0 in favor of the Central Florida Panthers. 4 different goal scorers here today as we'll take another look at the spot kick. Toro stepped up and delivered a strike into the side netting, which no keeper can save, as it was given some velo there and hits the threads for the 4th goal of the match in favor of the visiting Panthers. And we'll see another change, this time in favor of the Miami Dutch Lions. Gabriel Toro, number 11, getting on the scoreboard there. So Roberts will come out. A new phasing for the Dutch Lions here, as Damian Ballotine will take it. It'll be Christian who's come into the game here for the Dutch Lions as he'll approach the ball. Out there, you can tell that he has fresh legs. Jari Steiger shifts over now, boxing out, playing good defense there. Great body positioning. Now Damian Ballotine. Taken off the ball there by Paul. Now Long. Another offensive attack upcoming here for the Central Florida Panthers. This one dangerously to Sassoni, who scores. And Sassoni, who's come into the game just a handful of minutes ago, has begun the onslaught. And it is not looking good for the Miami Dutch Lions, who just get beat there. Fabio Podmal and Rick Hofkamp talking, as well as Thomas Van Dyke. No one pleased with one another, as it's Cole Sassoni who gets his 2nd goal of the match. You see that. He just came into the game within the last 10 minutes. Already has 2 tallies here, and with Lucas Labatt being the last reserve player on the sideline, besides Michael Serdinsky, not much that the Dutch Lions can do to change things up. We'll see the captain head out as his night has finished here. So Ryan Sandage done for the night. He's given the captain's armband over to Roberto Yardek, who has had a nice night for himself in the back 4. 5-0 the advantage right now in favor of Central Florida. Alex Benitez over to Damian Ballotine now. Ballotine taking it inside. Now cuts outside. Quickly along to Benitez, who puts his head up. Regains possession, though, after the turnover. As Benitez works inside, Valiente is there. And some kind of pressure up came there by the Dutch Lions. And now creating an opportunity, here's Nico Kogwa. And not able to get it there are the Dutch Lions, who forced a retreat. Here's the Rons playing it in the central midfield. Now Giancarlo on the ball. Tyler Zorons. Zorons gets it through 2 defenders' legs. And now going the other way, here's Gabriel Toro trying to keep it in play. He'll do just that as that one's clipped along. And Kevin Kelly will take it. Now going the other direction, here's Cole Sassoni looking for his hat trick there, and that is certainly going to be a foul. Zorons tried to stay on his feet, and Sassoni goes down. So now Zorons will earn the free kick, and it will go the way of the Miami Dutch Lions. Central Florida, with this game in hand now, is going to sub out their best players. We saw Ryan Sandage come out. We saw earlier Steele Norton come out. And now it's going to be the leading goal scorer for Central Florida, Kevin Kelly, who exits here after tallying a 5th goal on his 2022 campaign. So that moves up Brian Moreira. It's Hofkamp with the quick restart. Moreira moves up. Stephon Davis checks into the game, who does have a goal this season as well. He's been a good reserve for this Panthers side. Davis, a very dangerous player that you have to watch out for. Baltied now. Cuts into the center. Looking around, finding an option. Here's Juan Valiente. Quickly decides to move it forward, and that's what a center forward has to do. Juan Valiente, of course, playing on the wing right now, but does know how to play that number 9 and trying to learn how to aggressively move the ball forward by making split-second decisions. Thomas Van Dijk. Van Dijk finds a space, and that one is good for 3 points. Would have been a 30-plus yarder there on the field goal attempt. Nonetheless, out of play and out for a goal kick as we approach the 70th minute of play. Still 22 minutes and counting to go. Blue sky right above us. Clouds actually starting to make their way now as the daylight will continue on here. Should get through this without the lights really being a factor, although the lights are turned on right now to give the pitch a little more visibility. This one continuing to skip around. The turf is slick here. We have had rain, as you can probably tell. It is South Florida in the summer, so you're always going to get those afternoon showers here. Humidity is still a factor out there on the pitch as well. Of course, located up here in the broadcast booth, we're nice and air-conditioned, as Steiger will take that. Plays it along now and intercepted. Now running over the ball. Here's Juan Valiente. Pinejo could not possess it. Alex Benitez. And now Podmall will step up here, look for goal, has a strike on goal, and a nice play there by Fabio Podmall, who, why not? You're down 5 goals, you're the center back, and have a strike from 50 yards out. Force Scott Flores to make a save, and with the slick turf, as I just mentioned, you never know what kind of bounce the ball can take. So the second save forced by Scott Flores. Now going the opposite direction, here's the dangerous Stephon Davis, who chips it in. A nice save by Hofkamp, who's able to get a mid on it and get it off the woodwork there. Crossbar saving the Dutch Lions a 6th goal as Hofkamp got a glove on it and does a good job of keeping that one out of the back of the net. Hofkamp shouting out to the troops right now, trying to help them match up as slowly moving forward here is Central Florida. They're going to make another substitute as well. Jacob Restrepo will take the corner. Subbing off right now is Jose Facus. Subbing in for Facus will be Wilkins Dennis, as this one is sent and driven all the way to the far sideline. And that's what the difference in 8 meters on both sides will do. The 4 meters and 4 meters creating that 8 meter difference right now, which has certainly played a factor in a lot of these corner kicks. Baltied will send this one along. Fritz Paul will keep that in. This one chipped along. Taken by Pinejo. And clipped forward by Juan Valiente. He'll win the ball, actually. As Valiente is going to have to wait for the ball. Here's Tyler Zorans. Coming up for what feels like his 50th throw-in of the match. Zorans down the line. Touched in front. No real purpose on that pass, just to try to centralize it. As it's turned over once again. Now move forward here as Hofkamp will come out and put it on his feet. Distribute it over to Fabio. Podmall has it on his right. Slowly moves it forward here. Kogwa tried to thread the needle over to Baltied. Headed along now is Benitez. Tried to find some body position. Giancarlo coming over. Has Benitez. Puts it on his left. Man on by Fritz Paul. And it just seems like Central Florida is playing at a different level right now. The pace is evident in favor of the Panthers here. But that's a little kickball as Steiger will get his chest in front of it. Now Zoran shifting over. They wanted a handball, and the head referee says play on. Hofkamp forced to come out, play that one off his shin guard. but it does the job nonetheless. Plane flying overhead here in Miami, Florida. So happy that you joined us here. 5-0 our score in the Npsl Sunshine Conference. Nico Kogwa holding the ball now on the far sideline. And another sub coming into the game. Pinejo will exit. As a lot of substitutes now make up the pitch for this Central Florida side. It's going to be the last reserve right now. Fleshood to come in. Fleshood. He's going to play that outside back position. As all the key players have now subbed out here for Central Florida. They'll stay healthy, survive, and clinch a playoff berth when this is all said and done. Played over to Juan Valiente. Valiente on his left, putting on his right. Showing off the skills there as Valiente got through 3 defenders. Tyler Zarans. Steiger. No Felipe Alvarez, no Alec Bravo, no Matthew Antolines today for this Dutch Lions. No Axel Funk either. So with all 4 of those guys out, I mean, it's been trouble here for the Dutch Lions to try to create opportunities as Fabio Podmal goes down hard. And Paul Fritz was going up. Steiger. Over to Van Dyke now. All numbers forward here for the Dutch Lions, who have 15 minutes to try to get on the scoreboard. Have been outscored 6-0 this season against this Central Florida side. A 1-0 game, which was immensely competitive the first time these two teams matched up with one another. Hoffkamp sends this one forward. Taken down by the new captain out there. It's Roberto Yardek, who will race forward after it. Sent on by Hoffkamp once again. Taken out of the air. Steiger wanted Giancarlo to go the other way, and it just did not seem to go. Actually, I think that was Carlos on that play. Lucas Labatt, the lone player who remains on the reserve squad right now for the Miami Dutch Lions. All subs have been made for Central Florida, who have done well at bringing on and replacing their key guys here this afternoon. Scott Flores, the only goalie that traveled here today. No emergency goalie in case something were to happen to Flores. Taken down here by Steiger. And Scott Flores will put it on his feet here. 77th minute of play as it will continue to go on. Fritz Paul could not get it. Fabio Podmal will give the streaking Juan Valiente a ball, and Valiente will be taken down. No whistle from the referee. Everyone on the sideline up in arms for the Dutch Lions. Nonetheless, Scott Flores will possess. Nothing from the head official there. Said both players had the opportunity to get it, and the contact was not as exuberant as it needed to be in order for it to be whistled down. So the costly no call hurts the Miami Dutch Lions here. Tyler Zarans will take it. Switch fields over to Damian Baltide, and that one over everyone as Baltide just could not get to it. Played in now by Fritz Paul. Forward for Stephon Davis. Does a good job at body positioning out Podmal. The two have a little dust up there. The German Podmal getting right back in the face of Stephon Davis as Steiger goes over and says something to him. Gary Steiger, a good bearer piece out there on the pitch. Knows the right way to play the game. One of the more talented players on the pitch at all times. Just really collected mindset Steiger has. Head referee will blow the whistle. Podmal has to be careful here. He's already on a yellow card. Stephon Davis with some comments. And now the head official's going over the fourth official here, as the fourth official will write something down. Wonder if we'll see a booking. Just seems like a conversation. I'm sure it's the head referee telling Stephon Davis, listen, man, you're up by 5 right now. You don't want to get into yellow card trouble. Not just for this game, but for the season. Of course, suspensions will be given out after a certain number of cautions in the Npsl. So you have to be careful here, especially as a key reserve like Stephon Davis is. Ball played back to Scott Flores. Flores will execute a short pass over. And it really has just been a slow game all the way around. Any pace that has come up has been by way of Central Florida, as we see Fritz Paul make his way into the box, shoots, and a save by Hofkamp. A big save there by Rick Hofkamp, who makes the stop there for the Dutch Lions. And not that it will mean much in the overall outcome, but for Hofkamp, save number 4 on the evening certainly will help out the scoreline as much as it possibly can. Podmall whistled. And it will go back to Central Florida. Fritz Paul, now 2 opportunities that have been robbed by Hofkamp. Of course, we saw Stephon Davis robbed earlier as well. Going to see an opportunity, set piece right outside the 18. Numbers forward. The height of Janosch Barho, who has recently come into the game, is evident here. Fabio Podmall, usually the tallest player on the pitch. Janosch Barho standing about 6'6" right now, making Podmall look small, as he's right in there looking to target him, and a nice save there by Hofkamp once again. Taken now in stone there by Juan Valiente. Valiente turns. He gets stuffed there as well. And now going the opposite direction. Davis, quick pass over, and the ball movement could not find a lane there into the final 10 minutes of play. The far throw-in as Central Florida stayed on the track there. Now taken over by Scott Flores. He's only been forced to make 2 saves here today. Shot by Fabio Podmall, probably the best save that he's had to make, but that one came from 40 yards out in an onside position, and now finally the flag goes up. I was going to say, Sassoni seemed like he was offside there as the referee's flag stayed down and finally went up. Sassoni not happy with it, but he already has a pair of goals. And his contribution today for the Central Florida Panthers has certainly been heard, as he delivers his first 2 goals on the campaign and will make a case to stay in that reserve squad. This Central Florida side came into this afternoon's game with just 1 player with more than 1 goal. They'll leave here with 3. And today has been a nice stat padding day for the Panthers as this one races into the 18. Podmall makes a good initial stop, stays with it, and it will go out for a corner kick. Rodney Fleury tried to draw the foul over there. Fleury, another one of those changes, as Lucas Labatt will approach the 4th official, the final reserve to make his way onto the pitch here today for the Miami Dutch Lions. Short corner kick upcoming. Played around the 18 now. Chipped into the box and towards the back post. Definitely an offside position, though, as the flag goes up. And it will be a free kick upcoming. 5-0 game. Lucas Labatt will come on, replace the young Giancarlo, as Labatt will get his opportunity here. Podmall will take the short goal kick from Hofkamp. Thomas Van Dyke now. Shipped along to Zorons. Does a good job of keeping the ball in front of him. Juan Valiente taking off the ball there. Nice play by Fleshett. And here comes the golf cart again, making its way back around the pitch. 5-0 game. Got to celebrate some of the little things every once in a while. And the golf cart may decide to cut off the pitch. We'll see. And it does. The golf cart cuts off the near side right corner and goes for the exits. Third or fourth time that we've seen that today. As Tyler Zorons will go retrieve it. Juan Valiente as another plane flies overhead here. Benitez, quick touch back to Steiger. The Dutch Lions trying to just find one goal to get on the scoreboard this season against Central Florida. Their postseason hopes will be eliminated after this result. They already needed to win out and needed a little bit of help, but this will do it in as it's played forward. Touched along now as Podmall will body over Stephon Davis. Davis will cut that back, actually for Fleshett. A 50-50 ball, and Podmall, as that one took a spin in towards Hofkamp. Podmall won it, and Hofkamp forced to collect the spinning ball. So an interesting sequence of events there as we approach 5 minutes to go in regulation here before stoppage time, if the referee decides to grant any, given the scoreline. Doubtful, given the 5-0 lead, but you never know. Scott Flores will take it. And it was just a slow death from the beginning today for the Miami Dutch Lions, as that one will be kicked out of harm's way and cleared down the pitch into the attacking half for Central Florida. Throw it upcoming for the Dutch Lions. Started off with a 6-minute goal, a barrage of offensive opportunities, eventually connected and sent to the back of the net off a deflection. Steele Norton will get credit for it. Then it was Kevin Kelly who came in off an injury. Kelly made the huge play cutting across the 18 and netting that one. As originally I thought Rick Hofkamp had a mid on it, but it eventually went in and hit the back goalpost of the American football goalpost, resulting in the second goal of the game, Kevin Kelly's 5th of the season, as this one is skipped past Fleshett and will go out of play. Sassoni had the last 2 goals. A nice assist by Anthony Pinejo resulted in Sassoni's 2nd goal, and Gabriel Toro got the 5th via penalty kick. And so that's where we stand right now. Toro got his 2nd. Kelly with his 5th. The 2 for Sassoni and the 2nd of the season for Steele Norton. So 4 goal scorers now, all in double or in figures other than 1 for Central Florida. As Thomas Van Dyke will take it on his right here. Van Dyke has options. Decides to put it behind his left foot, keep it on his right, go to Benitez, has Kogwa racing down the sideline, plays it behind Nico Kogwa, former Hofstra man, over to Fabio Podmall. Now he sends this over to Lucas Labatt, who has come into the game. Out of the reach of Labatt there. And so now it's all but said and done. Sassoni can't control that one. And Tyler Zorons will take it here. Up to Juan Valiente. Doesn't get to him, however, as it's central, or played central. And now taken by Fritz Paul. A ball now over to Stephon Davis, who shows off his wheels. Palmal has wheels, though, to get back as well. Palmal steps in and puts Stephon Davis down to the turf. Stephon Davis told to get up as Fabio Palmal gets words here from Sassoni. Sorry that we've lost the action for you. Try to get that back in a second as Damian Baltide will take it. We'll play it in the central attacking third here as I'll try to bring you the actions if you were listening to the radio. Now at the 50-yard line, going the opposite direction. Central Florida got clipped and now taken over in possession here by the Miami Dutch Lions. They get over midfield. Here's Lucas Labatt. Labatt will take it and sends it directly into the back line of the Central Florida Panthers. Yari Steiger is nutmegged and held there as Brian Moreira, who does have a goal this season, will be given the free kick as we approach the 89th minute. Or actually, we're in the 89th minute. We approach the final 90th. Action should be rejoining you shortly on the screen here. And there it is. So we'll see it now. Flores will play this one up. Far side of the pitch. Trying to run forward in an onside position here. Dangerous as Hofkamp comes out and makes the stop once again. Rick Hofkamp has had himself a night in goal despite allowing the 5 goals. He's had 6 saves now. And Stones Rodney Fleury right at the front of the net, keeping this a 5-goal game. Said that once or twice here in the final 20 minutes or so, as this second half has belonged completely to the Central Florida Panthers. Just about 10 minutes of the game was in favor of the Miami Dutch Lions, a team that really could have won their opening match against the Central Florida side, but without a ton of key contributors, missing about half their starters here today, it was a tall task for MDLFC, who find themselves down by 5 right now. Van Dijk will take it. On the ball here, Thomas Van Dijk sends this one back to Hofkamp. And Hofkamp will hold it as we have hit the 90th minute, and the second that it hit 90, we go final. The 90-minute played exactly on the dot, and it went in favor of the visitors, the Central Florida Panthers, who will clinch a playoff berth here this season and eliminate the Miami Dutch Lions from playoff contention. It was a good game for the first 20 minutes or so. Back and forth it went until Kevin Kelly struck for the second goal, doubling up the lead. And after that moment, it was all Central Florida who found themselves with the edge, had downhill action the entire game, and not much that the Dutch Lions could do. And so for Topside Agency, my name is Matthew Gregorio, signing off and saying so long and good night here from Miami, Florida. Our final score, the Miami Dutch Lions 0, the Central Florida Panthers 5.